This is the Black Creative Handbook with Kassandra Lauren Gordon. This is the theatre review of An Unfinished Man. So this week I went to see this play at the Yard Theatre in Hackney Wick. It's such how do I describe it? You go outside, it's like a warehouse when you go in, and it's like a great theatre inside. I was very impressed with the aesthetics and the bar at this theatre. I just wanted to give an honest review of how I felt about the play, the actors, the design, and all that lovely jazz. I think it's very important because if you're going to come out of your house and spend your coins to see great creativity, you need to know why you're coming out of your house. And I'm all about that life because I'm very hesitant. So I'm very happy. Thank you to the press team at the Yard Theatre for inviting this podcast to come and just give a very honest review. I have some notes with me. If you haven't followed me before, I usually do podcasts about creativity and about the creative industry worldwide. So I was just very happy to have a chance to do another review. So I got my notes with me about the cast because I want to get the names right. And if you don't know me already, I come from a Jamaican background, but I'm familiar with somewhat of Nigerian culture. One way is just my mum made me watch lots of Nollywood when I was around. Jamaicans love Nollywood, okay? I know that's not all of Nigeria. I know there's different things, and my partner is Nigerian. So I asked them before I even come on here to make sure if I can get some of the names right phonetically, because this is a play about a British Nigerian person and he's got mental health issues and how they discuss that and explore that. So the actor is called Fode Simbo, but the main character is called Kayode. His wife in the film is called Kikyope. Itan is the spirit or the hex, whatever you want to call her, but the spirit, that's how I see the spirit. And then there is Matami, which is the pastor, and we have Leo, which is the mom of Kayode, the main character who has mental health problems. He's employed for 7 years and they explore that. So I just want to say that. So the the production team is Dipo Bariwa Ete, that is the writer of the play, and Tayo Lawson is the director. Phew! Let me get it out of my system because I want to get the name somewhat right to the best of my abilities, because I know Nigerians and names means very important. My partner always tells me that, and when I mess up on a Nigerian name, I get the preach and all of that jazz, like when I get a Nigerian name wrong. So I tried my best. Okay, right, we put that over there, and it's important to get names right. Right, so let's get into what is the play about. So as I said beforehand, it's all about this British Nigerian person who go through mental health struggles. He's been unemployed for 7 years. His wife has a job, there's stuff there, they meet a pastor, they talk about witchcraft, juju, whatever you want to call it, and talking about how they have a solution to Kayode mental health problems and how to get him back on track. I just want to say, even though I feel that the play was so rich and compelling and visually stunning, I feel, just put it out there, the real MVPs in this play was the production team. I tell you why, because as soon as I stepped from the bar into the theatre, it was so visually stunning. And the attention to detail, let me tell you about how props affect me and set design affects me as a person. I have seen a lot of plays and theatre in my life, and when I see props and the lighting is off and things go wrong, it just wrecks the play. I remember when I did GCSE drama X amount of years ago, and I think I seen View from a Bridge from the Rep Theatre in Birmingham, and I remember when they messed up the lighting and messed up the prop, and the prop broke, and I remember that now, and that's 20 odd years later, okay? So this is very important. So I was just so visually enchanted. So I have to like give these MVP people props, which is Rosie Elnal, if I said it right, the designer, Kyran or Siran Cunningham, the lighting designer, and talk about the movement director, because sometimes in these plays when they do lots of movement and kind of flowing with the dance and the body just flows, it really enhances the characters and relationships between the characters and what they're trying to say to the audience. And it's Rabia Milliner, and I really want to highlight them in this review because sometimes when you have black actors in film or in theatre, getting the lighting has to be right, how it looks on our skin. So it just reminds me of the film Moonlight. Was it Moonlight? And the one that Oscar didn't win Oscar, that kind of fiasco, and how the blues and the purples go on black skin and it just pops. So the colour was just right, because sometimes having harsh white light on like black skin is not the best. It is what it is. So thank you for, you know, paying so great on like even the stage. If you go in, there is like water, there's the flowers, there's all the props, the design. It's just a visually stunning play, very creative within the aesthetics and, you know, of a quite smaller theatre of the West End. I've got to put it out there. So are you saying, Kassandra, should we see the play? I would say yes. Come out your house and see the play, and I'll give you some reasons why. So let's explore some of the themes. So they talk about mental health, they talk about spirits, the wizards and witches of Lagos. They talk about unemployment. They talk a little bit about gentrification, try to slip that in, but I feel like they could explore that more. And they have like the Immigrant Chronicles, and Immigrant Chronicles in my eyes is when someone comes to another country. So the main character came from Nigeria when he was about a month, or when he was a baby, came to Britain, and then talks about, and then there's some themes with the mom talking about going back home and being over here and westernized and going back to Nigeria and a sense of loss and belonging and beginning and displacement and all that kind of stuff. That's what I mean by Immigrant Chronicles, those type of themes. And I feel that sometimes, I think it's in vogue now. I don't know if because of the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't know, over the last couple of years, people are like, oh my God, black men and mental health, black men and mental health, black men. If a black men been around for time, it's really showing that and highlighting the complexities of that. So I feel like if you need an introduction looking at the duality sometimes of westernized ways of looking at things like Christianity and looking at juju or obia or spirituality, and how it can be conflicting in this kind of space of Britain, something to look at. And also looking at the complexities of depression, of mental health, and from a black man's perspective, and feeling always drowning by that, and, you know, the voices and spirits. Another thing which was the MVP for me was in the production of the use of, and I think this is in the writing, it's in the play text, is about the use of voiceovers, and I thought that was a very clever technique used in very interesting ways. I don't want to spoil it, but go and listen out for that when you go see the play. I said this is an honest review. I have to be honest. You know how I feel about creativity. You have to be true to your authentic self. And I feel that even though there was at places very strong acting, I feel like some themes could have been just explored more. So there's a spirit, or the hex, or whatever you want to call her, which is Aitan, played by Selena Jones. And for me, I felt Selena as an actress was the breakout star out of this play. Not saying the others didn't do well, but that's how I feel. And because the way she was just powerful on stage, her physique, her stature, the way how she moved around, it was very, very powerful. And she interacted with the audience, and I felt like she played it really, really well. the thing is, I would say maybe it's to do with the writing. I would love to hear more of the Nigerian language for her. I know they did a little bit, the spirit spoke a little bit in Nigerian language. I'm not sure of the dialect because I checked with my partner, is it Yoruba or Igbo? And he said, no, it's something else. So I checked. Maybe I'm wrong, but I double checked. I know that we're in England and I know that it's London. And I'm just thinking, to feel that Nigerianness, to feel that this is a Nigerian spirit, more of the person with the dialect or the language what they were speaking throughout, more than just going back from standard Queen English to Nigerian. And it was a bit confusing for me. I'm just like, you either make it that person speak English all the way through, or you make them speak Nigerian mostly, to get the grasp of that culture, because some things cannot always be translated in English. Like when I watch when I watch anime, I can't deal with the dub. I can't deal with it. I just like lock it off, and I just want to read the subtitles and listen phonetically to what they're saying. So that's something to think about. Something to think about for the writer, maybe, for the play, is there's so much waste. You know, how can we explore Black mental health and spirituality, even doing the expected things which you might see in the play? I think they could explore that more. I feel the pun is a bit unfinished about how they could have explored that more, but it was a really good effort of showing that. Make me think about, okay, spirituality, maybe using the pastor or something else, or, you know, just something a bit different, something I'm not used to. But if it's your first time looking at Nigerian looking at spirituality and Christianity, you haven't really seen Nollywood films, or you haven't got a Nigerian partner, I think this is a great start and a great introduction. But something a bit more slightly more intermediate, I was wanting more. I was wanting more Nigerian life. And also, you know, debating maybe there's something to do with the lighting design, with this clothes designer or the costume designer, and maybe the actress who played the mom, Layo. How can we make her be more Nigerian from how she talks, from her dress? Because there's a lot of things in this play talking about home, and then she's talking to her daughter-in-law about they don't understand how Nigeria is and how it is here and all that kind of stuff. So how can we bring the Nigerianness, more authenticity to that to light? So something to put there. As I said, I think it's worth going to. I think it's a visually tantalizing, enchanting play. It's 60 minutes. There was no interval. I was entertained from the start to finish, and I was very satisfied with the ending. Very satisfied. I was like, oh, is it going to end this way? And then they changed my mind, and it ended in a way I feel that it was true, which it should have happened. I feel that, you know, the person who played the spirit of the hex, Selena Jones, which is the character called Itan, was like the breakout star for me. And even though I did like the main character, it was just a personal thing there. I hope that helped you. Go and see this play. And before you go see the play, make sure you're in the right headspace, because it's very, very, very powerful, especially talking about and exploring different ways of mental health. Make sure you're in a good place when you go see the play. Encourage more people to see this play. I feel that this play is, you know, will stand the test of time, especially, you know, we came out of COVID, so much things are happening, people have been unemployed. It's such a seminal, like, important piece of text, important piece of, you know, play history for British plays to really explore, and for time to time. It's very timeless, so please go see the play, An Unfinished Man, at Yard Theatre. It's still going along. I think it's going on for the next month or so. So I feel like when this comes out, please go see it and support theatre of the West End and original writing. This is the what score would I give it? Always people ask me what score when I give reviews. A solid play, a solid 7 out of 10. I hope that's helpful. I put all the information below about where you can see the play. Go see it. What do you think? Let us know if you've seen the play. What do you think about it? Am I being fair? Sometimes I get too into it, but I do love the theatre. I do love plays. And let me know if any other plays or any other films you want me to review, because I feel like as a creative, you need to not just get your references from one point, you get your references from different things and different places. So going to theatre is one way, watching films is one way. Don't always have to be from the Black diaspora, but it's important to build your visual, to build your art language, build your references. And I have took a lot from visuals. So MVPs to you, the production team, MVP to you. Kudos. All right, speak soon, and please follow, like, comment, the normal things what you do to support creativity and creators. Black Creative Handbook with your host, Kassandra Lauren Gordon. Ciao.